Churches and volunteer groups are gearing up to help folks dealing with the cold weather. The Woodmont Hills Church of Christ in Nashville, one of many transforming itself into a shelter during these freezing conditions. The church is part of the Room in the Inn's outreach program. A dozen men were given a hot meal and a warm bed and even clean clothing last night when it was so cold outside.
We could literally save a life if we, let somebody stay inside during those real frigid nights. So that's why we're hoping that we can get everybody in that's going to be sleeping outside.
Smart plan. Any congregation that would like to act as a shelter should contact the Room in the Inn, and you can also help by donating hats, gloves, hand warmers, or scarves.
Yeah, and in Clarksville as well, shelters are also available to ensure that people have a place to stay. City officials say Buffalo Valley, the Salvation Army, and Room in the Inn all offer places to stay for those who need it. The city will continue to monitor weather conditions and have emergency shelters ready. One group tried to open a shelter and they were told that they couldn't yesterday. The nonprofit group Manna Cafe, they planned to open their doors on Frosty Morn Drive, but they learned that they didn't have the required temporary shelter permits that they needed. As a result, the city would not allow them to open yesterday.
We are following some disturbing breaking news this morning. A little girl fighting for her life after she was shot in her own home. Happened in Lebanon around 10:30 last night near Sycamore Street. Several rounds were fired into the home from a car driving by. The 13-year-old girl was hit and seriously injured. She's at Vanderbilt right now in critical condition. It's not clear if that shooting was random or if there was an intended target at that home. And some more breaking news. Got word on this a little earlier this morning. A man died in an industrial accident in Robertson County. Happened in Springfield around 2:15 this morning at Hale and Cotton's facility. That's on Bill Jones Industrial Drive. Police are not giving us many details right now. We are told, though, the driver of a forklift operation died while trying to put something in a dumpster. We'll get more details and bring you the very latest on that.
We also have some new information this morning. The two missing teen girls from the Mid-State have been found, and according to Manchester police, they were located in Sumner County and taken into custody, and they tell us that both are okay. Kayla Chu and Brooke Brindle disappeared on New Year's Day from Coffee County. The teens were classified as runaways, and they were believed to be driving a white Mercedes with Tennessee tags. But yesterday, the TBI asked for the public's help in locating the two girls, and again, they are safe and sound.
And also new this morning, an investigation is underway after a fire ripped through the American Legion post in Gallatin. News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley is there this morning. Do we know how this fire began, Cuthbert?
Hey, good morning, Steve. At this point, we're still waiting on official word from Gallatin Police as to what exactly started the fire. But let me step out and show you right now. You can see crime scene tape pretty much is still blocking us back from getting anywhere closer than we already are to this post. As we zoom in on the building itself, though, you can see their doors are open. There is some debris lying out on the front porch. And you can also see up on the roof as well, some of the structure there is falling off. And you can see charred marks pretty much running the length of the roof here. Let's take a look at some of this video from last night. Folks are telling us this fire broke out around 10 o'clock. According to the commander here at the post, they shut the bar down as they normally do. And then about 45 minutes later, she was alerted by somebody just standing by saying that there were fire trucks throughout the parking lot fighting the fire. She wasn't even made aware of it until that phone call. But again, right now it's still too early to tell exactly what did cause the fire. But so far, right now, everyone is hoping and praying several of the historical artifacts inside of this building can be saved.
I have my original charter from 1924. I have my revised charter. I have letters. I have certificates. I have history and archives, scrapbooks. That stuff can't be replaced.
Now, right now, Gallatin Police, we are being told, is leading the investigation into the cause of this fire. However, I've been trying to reach out to them throughout the morning. Police say the fire crews are handling the investigation, and then the fire crews tell me the police is handling the investigation. So at this point, still no word yet as to what exactly caused this fire or if arson is suspected. Of course, we'll be closely following the developments throughout the day. both on air and online. But for now, reporting live here in Gallatin this morning, I'm Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
Cuthbert, thank you. Also this morning, a house fire in Hickman County. The Sheriff's Department tells us it's in the 7300 block of Highway 230 East. It caught fire about 11:30, and officials say there were some oxygen containers inside. And as soon as we get more details on that, we will pass them along to you.
Yesterday, a space heater appears to be to blame for a fire that started in a duplex. You can see what's left of this Glen Rose Avenue home. 2 adults and 4 kids were there when it began, but luckily they all made it out okay. Authorities say the house did have 2 smoke detectors. However, neither one of them worked. A man is in the hospital after he was shot on Jefferson Street near North Nashville last night around 7. Police say the guy was shot in the stomach but should be okay. He did not get a description of the person who shot him, has no idea why he was shot. Police are investigating right now. And funeral services have now been set for the victims of that fatal plane crash in Kentucky. Private services for the Gutzlers will be planned for 11 o'clock Friday at Trinity Lutheran Church in Nashville, Illinois, where they're from. Marty Gutzler, his wife Kim, their 9-year-old daughter Piper, and a cousin died Friday when their plane went down in a wooded area near Eddyville, Kentucky. Their other daughter, 7-year-old Sailor, survived the crash, crawled from the burning wreckage, and managed to walk about a mile in 25-degree weather to get to a safe haven.
There is a new twist in the Holly Bobo murder and kidnapping case that could cause a bit of a hiccup when it comes to the trial. The one-time prosecutor for the case could actually testify for the defense. And here's what's happening. Last month, District Attorney Matt Stowe removed himself in a dispute with the TBI. He calls it a misunderstanding, but prosecutors say he accused the agency of misconduct. That caught the attention of attorneys for prime suspects Zach Adams and Jason Autry, who want to know if the dispute was over evidence, witnesses, or strategy. They also wonder if Stowe's objections could help their cases.
If he's made allegations of misconduct on behalf of the TBI vis-a-vis the Bobo case, I demand to know what those allegations are specifically.
Autry's attorney, Fletcher Long, says he now plans to subpoena DA Matt Stowe to testify at trial, and in the meantime, the state is still looking for a special prosecutor to replace him.